Oh boy, I just got my first tier 10 artillery and I'm super excited to be pulling it out. Oh, Prokhorovka, one of my favorite maps to play artillery. I'm super excited for this to be my first ever game in artillery. Oh, this is such a joyous experience World of Tanks is, and I cannot wait to get into the battlefield to try out my new artillery. Wait, are the good guys, red now? It must just be a new thing. I guess the good guys are red now. We fight the green team. That's fine. I don't mind that. Wait, what's going on? Uh. Wow. What a joyous experience that was.
Hey guys, Kongai here, and sorry about that intro. I suppose I didn't need to add a voice to the start of that, and you would still understand what was going on. But I guess if I wanted to add an annoying voice, I could have just added my own. But I didn't. So, we are in the Patton, and this is a ranked battle. Why are we in the Patton today? And why are we in a ranked battle? Well, ranked battles was a couple weeks ago, and I had this on my hard drive. It was a pretty good game. And so I'd like to share it with you guys. And we've been talking so much about the M60 lately. Playing the M60, I have like 35 games or 36 games in 2 days in the M60. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm done with the M60. Time to do some Patton. And this first replay was from a couple weeks ago in the Patton. And then the next replay was from yesterday. The game after my last game, my live game in... Oh, look at that on the move shot by the Patton. Oh, I love this thing so much. So, yesterday we had the M60 review, and we had a live game with Rage. My very next game, I jumped into the Patton. And I played it. And we had a beautiful result. And that will be after this one. This first one is just a ranked battle. I'm like, yay, we have two good... Ooh, there's an i7. We have two good Patton games, so may as well put them together, because the second game is 5 minutes long. It's like, you guys log in, like, oh, I want to go watch Clone Guy do a video today, and then you get a 5-minute long video, and it's like, oh, well, he's done already. Well, that was boring. What do I do for the rest of my day? I know, I guess go watch somebody who's better at making YouTube videos. That's what I could do. Yeah, sure. Go for that. Go do that. Go do that. Go ahead. But we've taken the middle on Abbey, and I cannot emphasize enough just how important the Abbey is. I have had games, we're talking about ranked battles right now, okay? I have had games in ranked battles where my entire team has gone to the Abbey, and we have crushed the enemy. You don't realize just how important the Abbey actually is until you play ranked battles. What makes the Abbey so good is the amount of vision you can have there, and it's high ground, and there's really only one way in to raid it. So if you have 7 guys up here defending this, it's very hard for them to take it, because they all have to push it at the same time. And you can defend your base up here, and you can attack their base from up here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to advance on this map. One is through the middle, which if they do, we will spot them. One is to my right, that path to my right, and if they do, I will spot them. Another one is further on the right behind those houses, and if you do, I will spot you. Another one is literally right on top of the riverside, so even further right. Because you can take the riverside, where that heavy tank is you saw quickly on the minimap, and I will spot you there if I'm in the right position. But if you go further right to that, behind those hills and down below at lake level or river level, I will not spot you. So there's one path you can take so far out of 4. And then on my left, or in the west, now it is, because now it's on my right, because, you know, compass map, I will spot you if you cross the open paths. But if you go all the way, then I won't. So there are 6 paths you can take realistically on this map, and 4 of them I will spot you. 4 of them I can shoot you. That's why this is so good. And as you can see, this guy is in our base, and we can shoot him. This is just, it's just a no-brainer. Look how important the Abbey is. And like I said, I just mentioned earlier, I had a game anyway, where my entire team went to the middle, and we lost 1 tank. 1 tank died in the engagement on our team. And that was it. The Abbey is so important. Now, in a standard battle, it's not as important, alright? Because there's 15 tanks, there's a much bigger spread. I still recommend taking the Abbey, but you can still just as easily win from pretty much anywhere. Why? Because the teams aren't as coordinated. And you're like, coordination in ranked battles, Clone Guy? You're right. But I do find that sometimes the teams are a little bit more coordinated in ranked battles. Even though not by much, you do have games where it seems like your team is just thinking on the same level as you. Unfortunately, this is not one of those games. I'm the only one who's gone to the middle, and our team is trying to capture the base, and so was their team, and because of that, both sides are going to get shredded by snipers. And I'm one of those snipers, and I'm going to have a good time. Why? Because I've elected to take the middle. And once again, that is insanely important. Look at, we are hull down right here. Good luck petting us on Mr. IS-7. He misses us anyway, but standing still like that is something I definitely would not have done in an M60. So let's get to the final consensus, okay? Is the M60 any good? Yes, it is. Did it replace the Patton? No, it did not. No, it did not. The Patton is still a beast, okay? I still like the Patton more than the M60. The M60 is a good change of pace. It's nice being faster. It's nice having a more accurate gun. It really is. Like, these shots that I'm pulling off here would be so much easier in the M60. But the gun is actually shooting straight for us, so can't really complain about that. Fire shell there going for his upper plate, angled back like that. I was hoping maybe we could go through, but unfortunately it looked like we missed. But can we get the kill now? No, we cannot. Our team has retied the score. They took the lead a moment ago, but now it's 3-3 again. You see, we're just holding the middle. The middle is so important. I cannot emphasize it anymore. There's a waffle over there. Can we find a shot on the waffle through this building? No, we cannot. IS-7 bounces off of our turret. Why? Because we're in a Patton and not an M60. We fire shell, finish off the IS-7. The shells are really flying straight today in the Patton. Do not expect this kind of luck with the Patton. It's a great on-the-move shooter, but when you're trying to snipe and you've played tanks like an Action X or you've played the Leopard 1 or an E50M, the Patton does feel a little bit derpy. And that is something that the M60 kind of takes away from the Patton. It gets rid of that derpiness and the bad ability to shoot on them while standing still. It has 0.33 accuracy, staying still the M60 does, while the Patton has 0.36. Now that's not terrible, but when you consider tanks like the E75 have 0.38, and that's considered a derpy gun, then you realize the E75 is only 0.02 accuracy worse than the Patton standing still. So that's something that might blow your mind. I don't know. I don't know if it does or it doesn't. You know, just it kind of blew my mind. It's like, oh wow, I didn't really realize that. And the Jagdpanzer E100, well, the Jagdpanzer E100, I think it used to be 0.34, but now it's 0.35. I think the accuracy. I could be wrong. Maybe it is 0.34. But regardless, the Jagdpanzer E100 is more accurate than the Patton. So now you're seeing that yes, the Patton does lack a couple numbers, or should I say has a couple extra numbers in its stats, which unfortunately aren't good. You know, you want lower numbers when you're talking about accuracy, when you're talking about aim time, when you're talking about on the move accuracy. The lower the better. And this one has some higher ones when it comes to standing still. However, on the move, it is a beast. And this thing has really good turn armor and a pretty decent hull. So once you get into position with this tank, it's very easy to hold it, unlike the M60. If you get into a position with an M60, it's very easy for the enemy team to push you out. So the M60 is one of those tanks that you want to stay on the move. You want to keep moving, you want to keep changing flanks, keep changing positions, so on and so forth. We have a shot on this guy, it flies true, we finish him off. Now all that's left is the waffle, so we're going to load some HE shells and go straight after him. We think he's up here still, we're not sure. Our HE, I believe, have... I think the Hesh has 480 alpha. What does our HE have? I'm not exactly sure. Is it still 480? Is it 515? It's something around there. However, we're going to need a pretty good roll to kill him because I think he had 500 health left about. Where is he? There he is. We find a shot. Can we put it in? Yes, we do. And we roll high enough. 509. And he goes down. So, a little more than 5,000 damage in a ranked battle. Not too shabby. We were not playing ranked to level up. We were playing ranked to afford the WZ-120 at the time. But we make 171,000 credits playing tier 10. And we did 5487, almost 5,500 damage in a nice, quick ranked battle. But that is not why we're here. You are here for this replay. And I guess the other one. Because I'm using them both. But we're in the Patton, we're in Lakeville, and right away I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to do something the M60 can't do as well. And that is, I'm going to push down the lake. Alright? People keep telling me, clone, 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 don't push down the lake on Lakeville, don't push down the lake, don't push down the lake. And I say, I'm pushing down the lake. The amount of amazing games I've had going down the lake is amazing, okay? And the amount of bad games, okay, that's fair enough. I've had a lot of bad games. But I've also had a lot of good games. Now, I thought about scouting, but I changed my mind because it looked like this Hawk 12 was going to. But he kind of stops, but that's okay. Can we put a shell on this M103? We have the side turret. I know he pulls away right before we can fire it off. And then I'm thinking, you know what? You know what? We're doing it. Now, in the M60, we'd be able to do this a whole lot faster, but we would not have the armor to really hold up in the position we're going for. We're going to go straight at this AMX-30B, who thinks he's sneaky where he is, but we're going to drive past that Patton. That Patton just fired. The Death Star's not looking. Here we go. Hello, buddy old pal. Boom, we shoot him, we ram him, we track ourselves on him. He's going to try to get around us. We're not going to let that happen. We're just going to hug him here, get close. He pens us once. Now he gets tracked, and he's going to fix that and try to run away. But we're going to put another shell into him before he gets away. Boom, one more shell into the back of his tank, and then so does Rage. And now he's lower in health. And now we have this Conqueror right here. We're going to put some shells into him. We fire the shell off, and look where we are. We have this Hawk 12. I want to give him room. I don't want to block him. Come on in, Hawk 12. Don't die on me, okay, bud? And this guy shoots us. That's fine. We finish him off, and down he goes. Now, if we were in the M60, we would have made it here a little bit faster. But I would not be as aggressive with it, because I would be afraid because of the armor. And I'd be like, oh man, if I go hold down, they can still pen me. But here's this guy. And you're going to notice this game. I do a lot of poking with the turret, and I sit there in front of guns. Like this one, I'm just going to sit here in front of this guy's gun. Boom, put the shell in. It doesn't matter. If I was in the M60, I would have stayed back. As soon as I'm loaded, I would have poked out and snapped it as quick as I can and pulled back. But not in the Patton. I can poke out. I'm using my 9 degrees of gun depression. So they have a really hard shot on my cupola. And because of that, I can do things like this, which is sit in front of their guns, let them aim, and then shoot them and pull back. It's easy peasy. Same thing. That one, I was a little bit more snappy. But still, I have so much more trust in this tank than the M60 when it comes to armor. And so that's something you cannot do in the M60. Now, like I said, this game was literally the very next game. If you watched yesterday's videos and you watched the second replay, the one that was live, this game is literally right after that. This is the very next game. Put a shell into the cupola of the Patton. Rage unfortunately misses the Patton, hits him in the turret, which is a perfect example of the turret armor of this tank compared to the M60. The fact that he bounced off. We had to aim for a weak spot, so that's pretty interesting. Now, the Death Star was here. He pulled back. Where did he go? I'm assuming he's around this corner. It's like, oh, dude, it's just an M103. Yeah, I know it's an M103, but there's also a Death Star back there. I guarantee it. T-54A1 gets spotted as well. Rage puts a shell into him. We're going to have a little bit of a difficult time hitting this guy. We bounced off there. We aimed a little too far to the right. He stopped right before we fired. I thought he was going to continue. He did not. Misplay by me. Bad shot. And he gets away for it. But it is what it is. There we go. I thought that was the Death Star. That was the T-49 with his 152 howitzer. I called it a howitzer, and I got in trouble the other day for calling it a howitzer. Like, it's not a howitzer. It's a missile launcher. In World of Tanks, it's a howitzer, okay? You know why? Because you don't shoot missiles in World of Tanks. So, I'm calling it a howitzer in World of Tanks. Sure, in real life, it didn't have a howitzer, but whatever, okay? T-49 I just fired, unfortunately, so I cannot put a shell into him. I tried to hit the view bar of the Death Star, but we are unable to. One thing you might notice as well about this replay, not necessarily the replay, but the audio, you're like, oh, the audio is not that good. This is I'm using an older microphone because I am currently not home and I'm on my laptop. So that is why you hear a little bit cruddier audio. But this is actually my old microphone, one of my older microphones that I used to use for a very long time. And it's like, really? This is what my videos used to sound like? How sad is that? The Patton not the Patton. The Death Star just fired, so I'm trying to get him out of the game. I don't really care about this C-75. He can shoot me again if he wants. I'm killing this Death Star. He fired. Boom. Put it in. Down he goes. Now we're going after the C-75. I thought he had the big gun, so I'm like, alright, I'm going to beat your reload again. No, he does not. He's got the smaller gun. Was that the smaller gun? No, that was the bigger gun. I underestimated his reload, I guess, because he pens us in the turret, and that was unfortunate. They're pulling back for the T-49. Don't want him to hit us on the move. He'll kill us for sure. We're going back. Oh, here comes the E4. I missed the E4 there. Unfortunate. I'm not sure exactly where I missed. It went low, but I felt like I aimed that well, but I guess when I zoomed out and pulled back, my shell went into the ground, but that's okay. Down he goes, and now we're changing our attention to the T-54E1, the last tank left alive on the enemy team. And you see how important not going to the town is? I emphasize that all the time. Like, the town is not important on this map. Our team has won because they've gone through the valley, and their team got crushed because they went to the town, and we slaughtered them as they crossed to go into the town. And that's something I've said many, many times. All you need is a successful scout on either team, and the opposite team is gonna lose the town. Alright, if there's a successful scout on red team, the green team is not making it to town. Simple as that. 6,037 damage, 1,101 assist damage, and we get ourselves 7 kills and an ace tanker in our M48A5 Patton. Not too shabby. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have the M60 and the Patton, which one you like better. Leave it in the comment section below. Would you like the M60 better, or would you like the Patton better? And I will see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.